Brazil. This is the place where the championships get decided these days. We have two contenders, Hamilton and Massa.
Luis, thanks for your time. Sao Paulo.
Yes.
One of your favorite races.
It is.
14 years ago, you were writing history there.
I don't need to do anything spectacular. I just need to bring the car home in some good points.
Are you ready to make history today for your country?
I'm ready to do my best and trying to do a good race.
Good luck.
Now it's all about luck. Massa needs some, and Hamilton must hope that his holds out.
Fighting against Felipe Massa for the championship. It came down to the last race, actually to the last 2 laps.
But yeah, the last 17 seconds, really.
Last 17 seconds, yes, you're right. I was part of it.
You right?
Yeah. When it started to rain, this is the worst scenario you can be in for a championship deciding moment.
The rain begins to fall harder.
Right now, it's all down to whether Glock can handle the rain.
Well, normally when it rains, that's usually when things go good for me. They put the tyres on and they put too much pressure in. So that was a mistake.
This is amazing. The final stages of this World Championship. Just 5 laps to go. Nerves are jangling. This is pure drama. He's got grip, but Hamilton's lost it. Oh my goodness me! Vettel's taken the place, and that could cost Hamilton the World Championship. And with just 2 laps to go, the question now is, can Timo Glock in the Toyota keep it on the island?
Oh God, this is painful watching this. It's like reliving the last few laps of that race. I haven't watched this.
You haven't watched this?
No, I've never watched it.
No way.
No, I haven't watched it.
Did you know in that moment that I am still on the, let's say, on the track?
I had no idea about you. All I knew was about the car ahead of me.
When Sebastian overtook you, did you realize it's game over now?
Yeah. No, I was basically going back through a really traumatizing experience that I had in 2007 where I lost the world title.
Yeah.
Hamilton 7th. By my calculations, we win the championship by 1 point.
Did you realize when you overtook me, you're now in P5, or you didn't know until you crossed that
I had no idea.
Is that Glock? Is that Glock going slowly?
It is,
That's
it's Glock! Oh my goodness me! Hamilton's back in position again!
So I came across the line, I thought I lost the world championship. I was an emotional wreck, and then they came on the radio and said, you're world champion, and I was like, what do you mean? I was like, oh God, it's too much.
Me in that time when in 2008, I had police escort to the airport after the race.
Yeah.
And you never realize when you're not facing it. So I never faced this before.
Sure.
And I thought, how unfair can the world be?
I'm sorry at the time that I wasn't able to, I didn't understand what was going on for you in your world.
No worries on that.
So I'm sorry that I was very young, so I'm sorry that I wasn't able to support you in that time. If that was today, I know I could be there and support you, but anyways, you've dealt with it amazing, so.
When you see the 3 different stories of this 2008 championship, Felipe Massa, you and myself, I think it's in general a great story, great part of F1 history.
That was such an amazing year for Felipe, and for me, the most impressive part of the whole year was the end. How he stood on the podium with pride and dignity, and he's a champion in my eyes, you know? It's for something much bigger than just winning the championship.
I didn't talk to him for 10 years about this.
Oh, really?
Because I was scared to go to him.
I'm sure, yeah.
And funny enough, 1 year ago, he walks by and he waves to me, and I was like, is he waving to me or what? And then we had the first contact and we were talking.
You did your best, and you know, it's also nice to be here to give you a nice hug because you
Thank
know
you. Does this remind you a little bit to the championship decision last year when it just slipped out of your hands in the, let's say, last 2 laps as well? The other way around, let's say?
No, it was different. It was different because this one wasn't manipulated by anybody. Someone made a decision for that result to be the way it was, basically. There are similarities in the kind of the pain of losing 2007.
Yeah.
For 17 seconds losing that championship, or the last 3 laps I had lost it basically.
Yeah.
And then coming across the line for another 17 seconds or whatever it was beyond, still having lost the championship. Similar kind of horrible feeling in your heart and in your spirit. I'm so grateful for it, because it was real proof that for anybody out there, when you are facing adversity, just to never give up, keep pushing, keep chasing, keep going. Miracles do happen. That was a really a miracle moment for me.
Thanks for your time, Lewis.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure, dude.
Well, Felipe, I'm not sure if it gets any easier with time, but the sentiments of Lewis there, you know, you're a world champion in his eyes. How do you remember the day? And has your thought process about it changed over the years?
Well, actually, it was so nice to see that interview, you know, from Lewis. Also to watch the last lap from Timo that I never saw until last year. Lewis maybe never saw until maybe now. And you know, I did a perfect race. I started on pole, rain, dry, so I won the race. And for me, that was the best thing I could have for that fight, because it was not better I could do. So I won the race, I scored the most amount of points, I did a fantastic job on the weekend. I was watching, you know, the energy of the Brazilian fans to do that amazing job. But I mean, everything changed not because of me, you know, because of what's happening in the race behind, you know, with the weather, with the rain and everything else. So it's nice also to show to the people that, I mean, when I came out of the car, I was just trying to do myself. I mean, to say or to show what my heart was telling me on that moment.
That is one of, you up on the podium is one of the most emotional and powerful sports images, not just Formula One images, that I have in my head at all times. And like, do you have a picture of that on the wall or your phone wallpaper or something? Because no. that was pure emotion, wasn't it? And you standing up there and punching your heart was just something incredible.
I have many pictures of that for sure, but not in my wall and not on my phone actually. But I mean, I'm so proud for what I did. I mean, especially in front of my people with an amazing car, amazing team. But I mean, I know I managed to do something extra on that race for that moment, on the pressure. So, and for me, that is the most incredible thing that I was really proud. And this is enough for me.
Well, I mean, look, we've had Lewis and Timo, we've had you and Timo. Maybe next year we'll get you and Lewis. I don't know if we can get that or make that happen, or whether you'd want that to happen. But Felipe, let's talk about for